Hello, Happy New Year! Today we will be looking at Cambridge AS level and A level music for 2025. So last year I made two separate videos on what it would be like to do AS level music as well as A level music in 2024. This year I thought of combining the two because hey, they're headed towards the same goal, getting a good school leaving qualification in secondary school music. So of course we do know that AS and A level music follows IGCSE level music. So if you're watching this video, I would imagine that you have either come from IGCSE music or come from teaching IGCSE music and you want to know what is on the cards for AS and A level music for 2025. Now, the nice thing about this syllabus is that it has not changed and it will not change for the foreseeable future. So Cambridge usually groups years of set works together, and this year is of course 2025. It is now grouped as a set work year with 2026. So some new things to get our teeth sunk into, but as a general, all the requirements will basically stay the same. We're just swapping in and out some set works, but then we can safely say that we are on solid ground because the foundation of the coursework has not yet changed. So AS level will technically be a whole half of A level. So whatever we're going to do at AS level, we can actually stop there. We can get our matriculation, we can get our matric, we can get our grade 12, so to speak, in South African terms, and we can go on to higher education, tertiary education, university. But then some of you might also want to try out your A levels. That's okay. A level will technically take your AS level, have it count 50%, and then you will just have to do the leftover 50% in terms of coursework for A level. But these two syllabi really do go hand in hand, and that's why we're tackling it in one go today. So let's start off with AS level. For AS level, you do need two components to fulfill requirements for you to get through your examination here. So of course, schools or Cambridge examination centers either provide the AS level coursework for 18 months or 24 months. I know the center that I'm affiliated with does it for 2 years, so grade 11 year, grade 12 year, right at the end of the grade 12 year, the candidates write their AS papers and present the AS coursework as necessary per subject to Cambridge. Then of course there are the candidates who would like to do the optional A levels. They either do it side by side with their AS or they take a gap year and do their A levels then. But okay, enough of that. So we know that we have two components, the first of which is the listening paper. Now there are three main sections in the listening paper. Section A is your compositional techniques and performance practice, and this has everything to do with Baroque music. So throughout your course you will be studying Baroque works. There are two works that Cambridge prescribes for this section, but also you'll do a lot of Baroque listening outside of that, because you will get an unheard, unprepared Baroque listening extract in your exam in section A, and then you also have to just base all of your answers on your understanding and application of what you know about Baroque. Section B and Section C are both essay questions. Section B being understanding music and Section B being connected music. So understanding music has to do with what I like to call your big main set works. So Section B set works all have to do with a theme, and you're going to have to write a massive essay regarding a question on that. Then Section C is your anything and everything question, because they literally can ask you to write an essay on anything and everything, and this is where all your IGCSE knowledge also comes to the standing, because hey, what you didn't get to showcase in that interesting gamble of a paper at IGCSE level, you will definitely get to showcase here. And I have previously made videos on how to write a Section B essay and how to write a Section C essay, so please be sure to go watch that. Rules stay the same no matter what the year is. And at AS level, this very paper counts 60% towards your total mark. The rest, the 40%, comes from Component 2, that being practical music. Component 2 has two compulsory elements, being performing and composing. So for performing, candidates have to submit a 6 to 10 minute video recording of performances and two contrasting compositions performed audibly, so only audio recordings there, only listening, no need to see anything. And each of those compositions have to be between 1 to 2 minutes of playing time. And in a nutshell, that basically summarizes AS music. Of course, there's a lot more into it, the nitty-gritty, what exactly you need to know for this paper, but that is the basic outline. Now take this basic outline, make it count 50% instead of 100, and then you already have half of your A-level work done. So of course for A level you need to have done your AS work. All the AS work needs to be done because AS is half of A. And then the rest of A-level comprises out of 2 more components. There are 3 options of which you just need to choose 2. So of course we've already then technically would have done component 1 and 2 coming out of AS level. Now we get to choose 2 components out of components 3, 4 and 5. Component 3 would be extended performance, component 4 would be extended composition, and component 5 would be investigating music. You can do any combination of 2 of these. For component 3, there are 2 parts to your extended performance. Firstly, you have to have a 15 to 20 minute performance recital recorded visually, so these are video recordings. And then you do need to submit a 1000 to 1500 word research report on one of your recital performances. Everything at A level will be externally assessed. So whereas with IGCSE as well as with AS level, the school or Cambridge Centre at which you are at would get invigilators as well as internal markers to mark. And then maybe your things do get moderated at this level by Cambridge. But at A level, everything is just marked by Cambridge. No one at any centre needs to mark anything. They just need to make sure you've submitted everything and then courier it off to Cambridge. For component 4, your extended composition, if you do choose this component, there are also 2 parts here. Firstly, a 6 to 8 minute extended composition, and then also a 1000 to 1500 word research report. Finally, if you choose component 5, this will be a big investigating music academic essay type component. So as with the other 2 optional components, you also need 2 aspects here. Firstly, a 2500 to 3000 word large essay, and then up to a 500 word reflective statement on this essay and the process that you take to get to this big academic outpouring of your musical knowledge. And that in a nutshell will be your A level. Now of course you do need to work closely with your teacher or Cambridge tutor as well as the Cambridge school or centre officer at your centre, because they will definitely guide you into what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you need to practice, and when the dates are for which you need to submit certain things, because your externally moderated or assessed work does need to reach Cambridge by a certain deadline, and so therefore your centre will have to send it at least 2 weeks before that deadline to Cambridge, after which the official running timetable of the Cambridge exams will begin, and that is where, if you are doing any of this work, you will be writing your AS listening paper. Now for the AS listening paper, I have previously made a video on where exactly to find the publications for the set work and how to know what Cambridge really wants you to know, so please go ahead and check that out. But luckily, the publications are up, they are all updated, and I can safely say that your section A set works are Bach and Vivaldi. Go ahead and look into those. You definitely do need to work closely with the Cambridge syllabus. All the information will be there, and also remember that these are more your superficial set works because you will only ever get asked a 5-mark question on one of them. The bigger, larger, more important set works find themselves in section B. This year's section B's theme is journeys, and we have 3 big set works here. We have Dvorak, and then we get to choose 2 songs from Price, Bonds or Nyman. So we will have 1, 2, 3, depending on what we choose in the 2, 3 of the 2 songs. And all this information is also in the teacher's guide, so please do go ahead. Everything is definitely available on the Cambridge School Support Hub. Link is in the description below, and I hope that this video has summed out for you in a tiny little nutshell what is to come for both AS and A-level music for 2025.